hours of the regular show on terrestrial radio, and you wanted a little bit more, so that's why you found the Gun Talk After Show podcast, where we saved all the best things that we can't say on regular radio. Now here's Tom, Michelle, and Jim for the Gun Talk After Show.
All right, it's the after show time. We are still, as you may be well aware, at the Sig Sauer event at the SHOT Show, having a bunch of fun. And one of the things that they've been doing an amazing number of things. Lots of guns going off, a lot of activities, a lot of things going on. And in fact, even as I look at my watch right now, as we're doing this, they're trying to set some world records outside. But joining me right now, it's very cool, is Steve MATO, and let me help you with the last name?
Matulewicz.
Matulewicz, okay, who's the VP of Sig Sauer Academy, the world-famous academy. But more than that, about 2 hours ago, you made quite the entrance into this place, did you not?
Yes, sir, Tom, we certainly did.
Talk to me about what you did.
All right, so what we wanted to do for this event this year, and SIG's tagline is never settle. Okay. So how do we bring it to the next level? Right. By never settling. So what we did was we set up the scenario of a covert assault team parachuting in at night to a target where hostages were being held and execute that mission using Sig Sauer weapons, all silenced, 300 blackout, obviously the M17 U.S. Army pistol.
So what'd you do?
So 6,000 feet, four of us leaped out of a helicopter, and we fell to earth, cheating death, opened at the right altitude, and landed all together and conducted the mission.
Not too bad for your first skydive.
That was my first skydive. Yes, sir. That was my first skydive. I was actually fortunate enough to jump with the president of Complete Parachute Solutions.
Oh, cool.
Freddie Williams. Him and I were the SEALs together back in the day, so it was old home week this week.
Well, you can hear in the background, we got Jim and Michelle with us. And Michelle, you being having lots of experience with military with your husband and your son, I hear you just giggling back there.
Right. Well, I'm thinking, why practice such things? You never know if it's going to go right.
Right.
Well, if they don't, you'll be ready.
That's right. So, the truck's probably not going to be there either, right?
That's right.
The skydivers are kind of like cops. They got the most incredible jokes. I don't know what the deal is about that. All right, so you guys jump out of this. What kind of helicopter was it?
It was a Bell 702.
Okay.
Yeah, 702. Great group of guys out of Vegas supporting us as well.
Right.
We coordinated with Nellis Air Force Base because this is a runway, really an air runway for
we're right on the approach path here.
Yes, sir. Yes, we are. So everything worked out because along with SIG, you start throwing that name out there. Complete Parachute Solutions, they support all our special mission units here in the U.S. and our NATO special mission units. So you start putting those names out there, and they were able to pull together for us.
All right, so you jump out of this helicopter. You start flying. You're flying through the air. You're falling like a rock. Flying like a turkey on WKRP in Cincinnati. You pull your chute. All right, you're coming now because it was supposed to be at night. Did you close your eyes the whole way down?
I did, and then I wet myself, and it's called a night water jump.
Oh, I thought maybe it was just blindfolded.
No. Actually, I had a GoPro camera on my wrist, and I was kind of having a little fun myself up there. It was
that's fun.
Really great time.
All right, so when you get down to the ground, all of a sudden you have targets. You got stuff moving around. What was that?
So that was great. So we teamed with Marathon Robot.
That is amazing. It's just, these are robots, and they're fast.
They're fast, 11 miles an hour.
11 miles an hour, okay.
So you got to lead them bad boys.
Yeah.
And as we're patrolling to the target, we'll say, the scenario-based, we are contacted. So IEDs go off, and that started the shooting, and four of us, we got online, and we're engaging, and all of a sudden more robots or enemy are coming for us, and then that's when I called in the Quick Reaction Force, which was comprised of Sig Sauer Academy instructors. So
they come roaring in.
They come roaring in on an indige vehicle, right? Covert vehicle.
Right.
And they lay waste to the remaining terrorists out there.
Were you just giggling the whole time? That sounds like so much fun.
I was having some fun.
I was
having some fun, Tom, for
that
sure.
All right, so you mentioned the Sig Sauer, the Academy instructors, and I've been there actually when they were doing that kind of a maneuver with vehicle and peel out. It is an impressive group of people with impressive background. But you don't get them necessarily, a lot of them come from the military, but not necessarily. They come from different areas, don't they?
They do, Tom. We pride ourselves at the Sig Academy, and of course Sig Sauer, but I can speak for the Academy.
Right.
We train everyone, and I mean we want to have responsible citizens learn how to use their handguns or their rifles. Whatever, it doesn't have to be Sig.
Okay.
Prefer if they are, but
if they bring another brand,
doesn't matter.
Okay,
does not matter, and they will get 5-star training at the Academy. Tier 1 guy shows up, FBI HRT guy shows up, they get the same, and these are sometimes back to back, sometimes the next day.
No. I don't want people to think, hey, I'm going to get thrown in with the Tier 1 Delta guy. No. But there may back-to-back classes, but you're not going to be in the same classes.
No, sir. But you'll have Tom, the instructor, Monday training an all-female class with a female instructor at the Academy. Make it comfortable.
Good
Maybe
idea.
it's a lead female instructor. Then on Tuesday, FBI HRT shows up, or the Polish Grom.
By the way, you mentioned them. It's interesting you mentioned them. I was talking to a buddy, an SF guy, a couple of years ago, and I said, who are the best guys you've ever worked with? He says, well, I got to tell you, the Polish Grom are some of the most impressive people I've ever worked with. I'd never even heard of them.
Yes, sir. So we went over to Poland, myself and another one of the senior instructors this summer, and trained the Grom alongside the British SAS. They have had a long relationship. They weren't the Grom then. We'll call it the Indige Polish Force.
Right.
From World War II.
Sure.
They're tighter than I could have ever imagined.
Interesting.
Yes, sir.
They're impressive. They can shoot.
They can shoot, and those boys are some studs.
Is that right?
They are some tough.
SOBs,
they have something good in the water over there. I can tell you that.
That's terrific. Somebody says, I've never shot a gun before. Could they go to the Academy?
We love those kind of people, Tom.
Why?
There are no training scars. 0 training scars.
You don't have to undo anything.
You don't have to undo anything. And they'll tell you, you get this, and I do a lot of tandem skydives on my free time.
Okay.
And my best passengers, and I will tell a guy looking him right in the eyes, my best passengers are women. Why? Because they listen.
Same deal as with instructors.
Same exact deal. There's no cool factor. I'm not trying to be cool guy. I'm not trying to be Rambo. They're like, I want to do this for whatever reason. It's a handgun or skydive. But yes, we love straight up vanilla.
Just the beginner.
The beginner.
Huh.
Yes, sir.
Interesting.
And we also encourage husband and wife, mother-daughter, father-son, and privates. We do a lot of privates. So the big executives, I'll call them big executives, their leadership teams come in, and we will challenge
kind of
you.
Team building kind of a
sir.
thing?
We will challenge you, not necessarily physical, because, again, our range of clientele is vast. But we will make sure we have fun. We do so many private donor events for great causes. We do competitions for our service academies.
When you have the beginners come in that are completely fresh to shooting, where do you start and where do you end with the Academy on Firearms?
We start, number one, at safety. That's what we start with. And we want the customer or the student not to be afraid of that firearm. And when they leave, they're shooting that platform, and they're shooting it with confidence and comfort.
What calibers are you using?
Any caliber, not 50 cal. Whatever you want to bring in. Could be grandpa's, could be your dad's, could be your brother's.
But obviously, if somebody brings a gun in, you're going to do a safety check on it, make sure it's okay.
Always. Yep. We'll go over our guys.
Make sure the gun's okay.
Yeah, always. Yeah. Our instructors are overly impressive, Tom. They just they love it. They as you know, they really.
And Michelle's done. She's taught a lot of people, especially a lot of women, to shoot. Michelle.
Right. Yeah, a lot of women, and they are far more comfortable with a female instructor or somebody, same sex oriented. Even sometimes the men are more comfortable with that. It depends on their situation and background, but. Women, they bring in their kids, and then it just starts to grow from there, and that's exactly what we need. But we normally start them out with 22s, and, the red dot's just something that's hit our platform like crazy lately. So, a little red dot on top of a Ruger is pretty simple to shoot for most women and children.
Yes, and that's fantastic. Our intent is to have the student as comfortable as possible. And if it is rimfire, then it's rimfire. We're okay with that. We were absolutely okay with that.
I was going to ask you a question. You mentioned doing couples. Talk for a second for people. A lot of guys carry. Wives don't carry. They're always together. Talk about the value that you get from having a second person with you who is trained, and you guys have trained together in a self-defense situation.
You look at it, any sport, Tom, athletes, people exercising together, you're encouraging each other because you know each other better than the instructor. And you go, hey, this is working for me, and you can speak openly and offer, again, encouragement.
But from a tactical situation, if in an attack,
okay.
I mean,
tactical situation, right?
That deal. I mean,
I'm out with my wife.
What's the value?
They can react. Fight or flight.
Right.
I got it. You want to, in most situations, you want to fight. But if you have to stand there and fight, 2 is 1, 1 is none. Right? So if I'm trained, my wife's trained, I'm hit, or she's going to survive. She's going to save me.
Or just covering 360 degrees.
Or covering 360 degrees.
What's going on behind me?
Head on a swivel.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I've been doing that, walking down the street, and something's gone, and I was with 2 guys who I knew were trained, and I wasn't worried, and I just turned around, turned my back to them, and was looking behind, say, what's going on?
There you go.
It's kind of like, I'm not worried about here. I know you guys got that, and I got this. It's kind of a deal.
SA, situational awareness.
Yeah.
That's what it is right there.
It is. And also, and Michelle, you can talk to this, is when you go train as a couple, all of a sudden your wife, which it's almost always the wife is the add-on in the deal, no longer has a concern or a worry about you carrying places.
Correct. And you learn to read each other. I mean, that's the big part, right? You gotta you gotta be able to react to what you see or their reaction to something that they see if it's behind your back. So
and communicating.
Exactly. So picking up on little things or having a code word or a movement or something it is crucial. And that code training, there's nothing better than that. Even just for a husband and wife to both take a CCW class, something as basic as that, and then train, because I agree, we don't do enough shooting and training on the other side. We get that license, we're like, okay, it's all good. Well, it's not. Now you have even bigger importance to safety and proper shooting.
You've been Tier 1. You've done all that cool stuff. The very idea that I took my Conceal Carry class, I don't need any more training, is so bizarre because the guys who really are the world's best train all the time.
All the time.
I mean, it's what you guys do.
Yes, sir.
Because, all right, what happens if you don't train?
Well,
you start to lose your skills.
You lose your skills, and then you're not as confident. It's not muscle memory. You're thinking through it then. If you train to a certain level, you don't even think.
Right,
you
that
react.
sharpness, yeah.
It just happens. Again, back to the teaming, going through class together. For Christmas, I bought my wife and daughter P365s and signed them up for concealed weapons class. So they'll go together as a team.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yes.
All right, so the Sig Academy, tell them where it is, first of all.
Okay, it's up in Epping, New Hampshire, right outside of beautiful Portsmouth, New Hampshire, an hour and 10 minutes from downtown Boston.
And 15 minutes away from fresh Maine lobster.
Oh, my gosh. You can pick it out of the water yourself.
Yeah, really.
Yes, sir.
It's right there. And it is a truly world-class facility. If people want to, and I know you've got classes listed on the website.
Yes, sir.
But it's beginning handgun, it's more advanced handgun, it's carbines, it's rifles, it's shotguns.
Yes, sir.
Vehicle defense, all that stuff.
Yeah, high executive protection. And we do cater to special units and special individuals that want something beyond the scope of what you may see on the website.
And if there's a police department they want to send a team in, they can do that as well.
Yes, sir. We have live fire shoot houses. So we have that, and we certainly have the confidence courses there where they can get their heart rates up and then take the shot.
Good deal.
Yes, sir.
The website?
SigSauerAcademy.com.
Easy, SigSauerAcademy.com.
Yes,
MATO,
sir.
thank you so much. I appreciate you being here,
Tom,
man.
it was an honor. Thank you,
All
sir.
right. All right, don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back.
Tired of searching the web for the best deals on guns, ammunition, and gear? Download the free Gun Dealio app today for deals and discounts right at your fingertips. Handguns, rifles, shotguns, ammo, optics, lasers, gun safes, targets, gun cleaners, grips, slings, and much, much more. Save money on products you want from the companies you love. New deals, discounts, and rebates added daily. Gun Dealio, available for free in the App Store and Google Play.
A new edge in comfort from Proper. The ultra-comfortable and lightweight yet durable budget-friendly EdgeTech collection of pants, polos, and shorts prevents wrinkles and holds up against everyday demands. With men's and women's pants in non-tactical slick, tactical, and EMS versions, EdgeTech from Proper delivers outstanding performance and value for work or everyday wear. Visit Proper.com to learn more about the EdgeTech collection from Proper.
Back at the SIG event here at the SHOT Show, and Jim and Michelle are here. But hey, guys, Ryan Gresham just dropped in here, came in the door, kind of shaking his head. You got to, what did you just see out there?
All right, so the Sig Sauer Range Day, they put on a really cool event, and they've really upped the ante this year. So SIG has the SIG team. Pro shooting team.
Right, the pro shooters.
And
you got Max.
They have three of the best. They have Max Michelle, who's a speed shooter, a pistol. Mm-hmm. Lena Mitchlick, who is, I think, the only grandmaster, female grandmaster shooter in PCC.
Wow.
And then Daniel Horner, who has won 10
everything
USPSA multi-gun championships.
He was AMU guy.
AMU guy, yeah. So they had Team SIG up there, 3 shooters, 42 steel targets. How long do you think it took them to shoot down 42 steel targets?
37 seconds.
No, not how long it would take you. How long it would take them.
Oh, I think I can.
Oh, that was not nice.
24 seconds.
All right, 3 shooters, 40?
3 shooters, 42 steel targets.
Okay, they're shooting what?
Let's see. Daniel and Lena were both shooting MPXs. So 9mm carbines,
okay,
with various red dot sights on them.
Okay, so the SIG red dots.
And Max was shooting a pistol. And they were fairly close, 10 yards or so.
Okay, so 42 targets, 3 shooters.
It's 42 targets each or 42 combined?
Total. So the 3 of them are going to knock down 42 targets.
6 seconds.
So they're dividing.
Each of them dividing up a zone.
I was saying, what did they do? What did they do?
You want to know how long it took?
Yeah.
4.42 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like 1, 2, 3, 4. They're all down.
42 targets.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
And we have the video. So we'll be posting the video.
Holy cow.
And actually, KJ went live on it on Facebook.
So
the signal out here is a little iffy, but if you go to our Facebook page, you'll be able to see the live, and then we'll probably post another video about it soon.
Wow. That's
cool.
Every time you see something like that, you kind of end up just shaking your head and going, I don't believe what I just saw.
Yeah. Impressive.
My question for you, Ryan, is what do you think they're going to do next year to try to one-upsmanship themselves?
I think they will. I think because they've done some things in the past, but I think they're going to up it. I think they've kind of figured out, well, we could just keep doing this. It's an attraction. They want to have the media out here to cover it.
Well, the other thing is, these shooters love doing this stuff. So they will come up with something.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to go to the range and go, what if we did this? And what if we did this? And, I mean, they love doing this kind of stuff. It's just, for them, it's challenging, but challenging is what they do. They're competitive.
Well, I think that's one of the fun things about shooting, target shooting. You can always challenge yourself more and more and go, how do we make this harder? Well, let's do it with one hand. Well, let's do it left-handed. Let's do it with a different type of gun.
Think of that crazy 10-penny challenge thing that you did.
Sure, we did it.
Is like the simplest thing in the world, right?
And it comes from, you're sitting around eating dinner with some friends, and you go, what if we did this?
What if we did? So tape 10 pennies onto a cardboard, and I think, 5 yards, 7 yards? It was close.
How far? 7 yards.
7 yards.
10 pennies taped to a piece of cardboard. How many can you hit?
And you have 10 shots.
Yeah, you have 10 shots.
10 shots. How many do you hit?
And as we did it, we go, that's a lot harder than it sounds.
You think, this is not a big
7 yards, you're not far.
What's hard about that?
It was.
And you get 3 or 4, unless you're Rob Latham, and you got 9.
Yeah, he got 9. It was
I guess
that's
everybody else, including the other pro shooter, got what? Steve got 4?
I think he got 3 or 4.
It just, the good guys are that much better than us.
Don't you think this is how SIG came up with their 365? Just this type of banter?
That's it.
Yeah. She says, what if?
Yeah. If we make it smaller, slimmer, hold more rounds.
We want to be smaller but hold more. And then they were telling me today, and then they went to their ammo guys and said, okay, we got this little gun, so we want 9mm ammo that hits just as hard but kicks softer.
Yeah.
It can't be done. I said, no, that's not the answer we want.
Right.
Go back and make it happen.
Figure this out.
Just change physics, guys. Come on.
Right.
Look, Newton wasn't that smart anyway. Come on,
Right.
It's been hundreds of years. I'm sure the physics and gravity has changed,
They've improved, right? Everything else has improved since then, so we have better physics.
I just thought it was kind of weird to see those 10 pennies show up as a line item on your expense report, though. It was kind of a little anal retentive, but I guess it's good.
Right. It all adds up after a while, Michelle, I got a question for you. You're up there in the frigid Northland shoveling snow today like crazy. Mm-hmm. How does that change concealed carry for folks?
Oh, it changes it a lot. I mean, first of all, where you carry it in accordance to what kind of clothing you have on is one thing. And then the accessibility is another factor. So, inside the waistband isn't always the best because you might have to go through 4 layers of clothing to get.
Yeah, you said, hold on, I got to take off my coat and
Let me
my
get my
sweater.
coveralls and my coat and my sweatshirt. Yeah.
And, my gloves.
Right.
Yeah, I got to get rid of my gloves here.
That's the other problem, wearing, thick gloves, thin gloves.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. So, pocket carry for a lot of people becomes more prevalent, which...
Yeah, if you've got a big winter coat on, a pocket carry, it's not a bad way to go.
But please make sure you wear a holster.
Tell the truth, though, Michelle. You were shoveling and Chad was already armed. He had it on his thigh waiting on the porch while you did all the work.
That's a disturbing...
You have somebody sit up there doing Overwatch on you while you're shoveling.
You've got cameras at my house, Jim? That's weird. What kind of blink thing everything.
Is this? I thought this was a blink ad. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Keeping an eye on him.
Oh, wow.
Oh, boy. No, but it really is true. You have to change with the seasons. And we do that, even where we are. As it gets hotter, all of a sudden you got a different way of carrying.
Oh, sure.
You just don't have you don't have a cover garment.
Oh, sure. And sometimes it kind of, I think we're all looking for excuses to either buy a new product or whatever. And you go, oh, this will give me a reason I'm going to carry a lightweight revolver just because that's different.
I've never carried with a shoulder holster. I think I'll try that.
When you go to Miami.
Yeah.
When you go to Miami, yeah.
Right.
But I think this is also a great time to put out there the fact that the clothing has changed so much. So it's gotten very thin and lightweight, but yet it's still extremely warm. Mm-hmm. Yep. And, gloves that's a huge thing. The use of gloves, wearing gloves, shooting with gloves, not shooting with gloves. How are you going to pull it? Are you going to be able to get it out of the holster?
And who practices with that stuff on? Mm-hmm. Nobody.
Right.
No, you generally don't. But there are concealed carry classes that not concealed carry permit classes, but an actual shooting class for 2, 3, 4 days.
Class,
that they say, okay, this whole weekend we're drawing from concealment, and we're not using the big full-size gun. We're using your carry gun, your compact gun, and you're having to reload with it. However, you carry your mag, normally your extra magazine.
Well, and it's a reminder to go train in all weather, too.
Oh, absolutely.
If it's cold, train. If it's raining, train,
Yep.
What do they say? If it's not raining, you're not training.
That's right. So, this event's still going on. They've got rifles, they've got pistols, they've got their silencers, and we were shooting before the big record. And have you shot the Sig 210? The Sig 210 is the target pistol.
Yes.
It's a little single-stack 9mm.
It used to be made only in Germany.
Yep, American-made now.
And now it's American-made. It's
so awesome.
Phenomenal.
Well, he said, and they have all these pistols out and all these magazines, and it's for anybody who likes to shoot, it's just fun.
It's a terrible
And the
game.
guy said, it's horrible, I know. We suffer through it out here. But he said, dry fire this first, and also, feel the reset on the trigger.
Because you don't want to stumble on it.
This is a target gun.
Right.
And we did that. Ooh, that's nice. And then shot, big old plate of steel at 10 yards. Ooh, that's nice. He goes, all right, go out there to the 25-yard target, and I was surprised. Went 5 for 5, right? First try.
It's a phenomenal pistol. It really is. It's there are certain target guns. The Smith & Wesson Model 41 rimfire 22 is like that. The P210 is like that. You just kind of go. If you haven't shot it, you can't understand it. And once you shoot it, you go, okay, I get it.
And to that end, we talk a lot about different guns to carry. But sometimes it's just fun to have a gun that's a shooting gun at the range or for competition because it's such a pleasure to shoot. It's not designed for carry. It's not, it holds this many rounds or whatever. That's not part of the equation as far as who cares about it. This gun is just so pleasurable to shoot.
All right, Jim and Michelle, if you guys got to take one gun to the range that's just fun to shoot, just no other criteria, what do you take?
There's two things. Both of them are in a 45 ACP, but I love my 1911, and it's a full-size, nice target sights on it, and it actually is a SIG. And then the other one I love is my 25 revolver. Oh, my goodness. That's such fun to shoot. And it's a performance center.
25, you mean a Model 25? Mm-hmm. In 45 ACP?
Yeah.
Cool. Not many people know about that.
Yeah, right. I think it's actually a 625 because it's stainless. But
you got this. Okay. Yeah.
But
that's
my gosh,
nice. Yeah.
And it's a performance center, and people think that's a gimmick, right? When they see like, you've got a shield out here that's $300 more than the regular one. Yeah, but there's a lot of work that goes into that to make that at that price. So it's much better sights, much better springs. It functions smoother, better trigger. Yeah, exactly.
We were just doing it. Yeah, we were just doing some filming, I guess, last month or so with Springfield Armory, and did some things up at their custom shop. And we were interviewing Rob Latham, and he said a line that was true. He says, if you really like shooting and you like guns, you owe it to yourself at some point to have just that one perfect gun. And that's when, and obviously he was talking specific to the Springfield Armory custom shop. But it's true for a lot of those, those custom guns. It's perfect. It's as perfect as the gunsmith can make it. They spend a crazy amount of hours on these guns.
Right. I don't even know that they make money on some of those things, honestly.
But it's a good point.
Yeah, it's interesting. And Jim, of course, I
either go to the range without a gun and I leave with two.
Oh, nice. You're that guy.
Somebody else's,
Just wait till no one's looking.
He waits till Michelle is up in the line shooting. He goes, looks in the bag, and goes, "Oh look, a Model 625. I've always wanted one of those."
Need help loading your mags, sir?
It's a revolver. Get away from me.
Now, the thing that does slow you down are the moon clips, right? I mean,
right. Yeah. There's that. You have a lot of moon clips, and you load them all before you go to the range.
That's right. Yeah, take a couple of days because your thumb will be sore.
That's why you got those tools for taking the empties out of the moon clips.
There you go.
Right.
So, Michelle, did you end up, have you shot your 327 lever action yet?
I have not, because it has been so cold outside. But we were just talking about the fact that we're probably going to just set it up inside and shoot on the range just to see what it's like.
Aren't there some places in your house where you need some holes?
Yeah, not right now. I like it sealed up at the moment.
Oh, you probably got to keep the wind out. Good plan. Good plan. Oh, goodness.
That's funny.
Yeah, Ryan, one of the things we were talking about while doing the show today is we were talking about the Sig Academy guys and just the value of good training and how quickly you can improve. I think about the various people we've worked with through the years, the Rob Lathams, the Jim Clarks, the Sig guys, and how a good trainer could come up and say, well, could just try this one thing. And like in 5 minutes, you're going, holy cow.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's just like if you're going to just go hit golf balls. It's fun to hit golf balls, and you might improve a little bit as you hit a bunch of golf balls. But if you actually have someone there to give you instruction, you're going to progress so much faster.
It's amazing.
And then you have some specific things to actually work on rather than, I'm going to go to the range and shoot. Well, what are you working on?
Right. There should be something you're working on every time you pull the trigger when you're actually really practicing out there, not just flinging rounds downrange.
And to make your point with that, too, and there's great organizations out there. You don't have to spend a ton of money. I mean, the CMP, the Civilian Marksmanship Program, does a terrific job at traveling across the country now with their travel games. And they put you hands-on with special trainers. I mean, the USAMU does them. You know, you can go out to Camp Peary in the summertime and train with the Marine Corps shooting team. I mean, these are legit the best of the best that they have out there shooting, and they're working on you one-on-one or, you know, in a group setting. They have advanced skills classes that you can take. It's pretty incredible anymore what can be done.
Well, you know, just we're sitting here at the Clark County Shooting Center, shooting complex, and it's a great facility. They have a big poster up. It's Learn to Shoot, and it's an hour handgun class, which includes the gun and ammo.
Cool.
$29.
$29.
Oh, wow. What?
Come out here, spend an hour with an instructor.
Yeah.
We'll provide the gun, the ammo, everything. $29. Learn to shoot a handgun.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking across
Sporting
the lobby
Clays, same deal. Sporting Clays, 90 minutes, $49.
$49.
Why wouldn't you do that? You go, well, heck yeah, I could. That's a great way to spend a few hours.
Yeah, that's just an easy, you know, I mean, that's a family meal out, single person, couple people.
Yeah.
I mean, my goodness, why wouldn't you?
I was just say that's an easy yes. I'll just go yes on that one. Right?
You haven't seen me eat, Michelle.
Oh, that's true.
It's appetizers.
Oh boy!
But yeah, we've seen a lot of great guns out here and shot some stuff. So we're great. It's been fun. They got some new ammo. Saw some ammo. I need to go check out. It's and they're doing all this ammo now. Subsonic 300 blackout, but hunting rounds. So subsonic and 300 can be a little tricky, but it was basically a big hollow point bullet, but it was tipped with like a plastic tip.
So they're going to get expansion even at the low velocity.
Exactly.
And then take that to
cool
a suppressed level, right?
Exactly.
I mean,
What was that? Huh?
Suppressed. Right, be quiet. We're going to speak into suppressors now.
they are a one-stop shop.
They are. It's really crazy what they have done in just a very few years.
Yes. I mean, I'm sure they've been working on it. And like he said, they're not happy with their optics. They haven't quit designing them. I mean, they keep coming out with new models. The batteries last longer or brighter or whatever it is. But it's
in electronics,
amazing.
things are advancing very quickly.
Yes.
One of the things, Ryan, you didn't hear that they were talking earlier. They said their goal is to basically make optics on a handgun standard.
Yeah.
Because what they have found is that with police and with everybody else, you simply shoot better, you shoot faster, you get more hits on target, the qualification scores go up, and in the case of police, you end up shooting the wrong people a lot less.
That's a good
which
thing.
is always a good thing.
That's a good thing, yeah.
Confidence builder.
Yeah.
Well, it's when given the option, a competitive shooter in an open division where they say, hey, it's an open division, you can do anything you want to a gun.
I'm putting a scope on that.
They will always put an optic on it.
They put an optic on it.
Of whatever it is.
And you're silly if you don't, because that's what you're going to compete against.
Right.
You'll get beat.
You're giving away the advantage.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, join them.
The competitive shooters and the dev group, tier 1, SEAL team kind of guys, what they're running is to win. And the dev group guys are to win and not get killed, and then
life and death.
Max Michelle is to win championships. But when they're shooting those divisions, what the gear they use is the best. Yeah. It's what you're going to shoot fast.
Well, and that's how the militaries are training. I mean, they're using the best gear. They're using the optics. They want to get in there and get out, and fewer casualties as possible. I mean, that's the whole point.
You could do that when there's no budget too. They were talking about one of these SBR rifles out here. It's SBR and 5.56 MCX, and these guys, I guess some guys overseas were saying, "Yeah, we want those, and we want to put cans on them, suppressors." And Sig told them, "You're going to burn up that suppressor really quick because it's like a 7-inch barrel. There's a lot of muzzle blast and energy coming out." They go, "We don't care. We don't." Just send us more.
It's government money.
It's government money. I don't care. I'm going to burn it up in 3 mags, and then I'll get a new one.
That's right. But we're going to train, and we're going to do what we need to do to be able to go to do the thing we have to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, there's some logic in that.
Yeah, they do
I
fly
understand.
$30 million jets or whatever.
Yeah, or $1 billion jet.
$1 billion jet.
Yeah, and when you go down there and you have 10 seconds to clear the room, and you want everybody to come home, I want it to work for them. So I don't have a problem with that, actually. I really don't. So there you go. So, Michelle, if it's your son out there doing that thing, I want him to have exactly what he needs.
Well, thank you. Me
Amen.
too.
Yeah.
And everybody else.
Everybody else's sons and daughters who are out there.
That's true.
Absolutely.
Yep.
All right. Well, guys, we have had a ton of fun. Actually, these other guys have had a ton of fun. I've been in here doing talking on the radio. They went out shooting guns and playing.
Yeah, if we'll be quiet, we can just go shoot. We don't have to keep talking. I don't know what we're doing sitting in here.
Well, we might get delayed leaving the airport, but
We'll be there eventually.
There's still an hour left in this event. We can go pull some triggers.
Oh, I can pack this stuff up. I'm going to go shoot, guys.
but you got a quick soundbite coming on Facebook, so we'll have to look for that.
Go shoot up all that SIG ammo, will you guys? Think
There
of us.
it is.
We'll do our best.
All right. Thanks, guys. It was great.
See ya.
Bye.
Well, that wraps up another Gun Talk after show. But if you want even more gun-related stuff, don't forget to check out Gun Dealio. It's the app for Apple and Android phones that connects you to all the Gun Talk shows, plus even more. And we'll catch you next time for the Gun Talk after show.